Oh, your page, so no YouTube.
What insufficient permission? Come on. Oh, all right. Let's. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
What's wrong with my internet?
Oh, our power went out earlier.
Oh, it did.
I had set up everything, had everything set up, came up. I was taking a shower, the power went out while I was taking a shower, and I said, "Oh Lord!" And then I it was about a minute or two, came right back on, but I was like, I had already started the computer, had everything set up right, and this
Mm-hmm.
was going to happen. I said, "Man,
Do y'all have snow? I'm gonna put this up here because y'all can't see it. Do y'all have snow?
what right now?"
Oh, you still can't see it. Yep. I gotta cut it. I gotta get it. No, yeah. Have y'all snowed? Because they
No,
kept
not
saying
yet, not yet,
snow.
not yet. No snow yet.
Okay, I'm gonna get that ready for next week. I'm gonna sit it right. I might not even be here next week. Look, I might not even be here next week. Yeah, because you can't
What?
see
Be
it.
home or be on the show? Like, wait,
Be on the show. I mean, be home. I might
like
be in Texas.
be on it.
I don't know. I might be somewhere different. Now I might be in Texas next Saturday. We'll see. Working things out to go help with a play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I move. My steps are ordered, so I have to move strategically,
No, I feel
especially
you.
with with the work I do. In regards to contract work, I got to move strategically.
Right.
Good morning, good morning, good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning, everybody. You know what the beauty
I'm
is
trying to get on
today?
my YouTube
We
page.
ain't got to set up on any of the pages. It's already set up. We just need to make sure it's there.
Oh, I found it.
Found what?
I got it. My I found my I'm thinking. So
It's like found
the
what?
internet the internet wasn't picking up on my phone to my house, so I had to turn it off and just use mobile data so I can get on the YouTube. I don't know why because I'm hardwired in.
Oh,
But exactly. And it's still like giving me problems so I can log in on YouTube as well as because I always pull it up on my YouTube page as well. So
mm,
anyway, I don't know.
got you. So let me go back. All right, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? If you're joining us now,
How you doing? How you
what's
doing?
going on? What's
Hello.
going on? Um, we are
And I don't
currently,
watch Wendy Williams, so sorry about that. I do
huh?
not watch Wendy Williams. I said sorry about
Oh,
that. It was not impression. I do not watch Wendy Williams. But my voice is deep today, so we're gonna work with it. Work with it.
yes, yes, everybody. All right, we like to welcome you guys. If you're joining us, we get let y'all get in and come relax with us. Um, Good morning, Yvette. How you doing, Ms. Edwards? So we are like, hey, we're
Oh, I
about to
got it. I
what?
got it. I got it. I finally pulled it up on YouTube.
Oh,
Good
okay.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. You ready to bring the show in?
Oh, should we go ahead and bring it in? We're going to start a little
It's
early with the
10:04. What's
opening.
up? I mean, why not?
Life is good. I'm glad life is good. We about
Amen.
to have some fun today. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. I gotta go to my page.
He
Feed.
probably got about 70 pages over there for this show, guys. He works hard on this page.
Nah, I'm going to the Michael Melvin page. So we can, you know what? By the way, thank you
Mhm.
YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but we're working on YouTube. But thank you Facebook because if you guys give me some stars and stuff and make some comments, we can start kind of monetizing over here in Facebook land.
Oh
But
yeah.
on my actual page, not on our Black Filmmakers Lounge page, which is unfortunate. Um, Good morning, Jaden. How you doing, man?
Hey,
So
Jaden.
we want to make sure y'all give us some stars over here and let us know that you are watching.
So
So
that's
you can,
interesting.
yeah, so
They let
you
you
can
do it
send
on your
stars.
page.
I was trying to set it up on the Black Filmmakers Lounge, but I guess it only does the Emmy Melvin page. Because I have like almost 5,000 followers on there. And I shifted over from personal to content creator. Since that's what we do anyway,
Oh, so if
um,
you shift over to content creator, it'll let you.
monetize on my page.
So I need to
So
shift to That's good. That's something good we needed to know, Michael. We
yeah.
needed to know that.
Oh,
So I need
okay.
to go change mine to content creator.
Hmm. I set it up as content for creating content versus a personal page because I really don't get personal on my pages anyway. I mean, I love connecting with friends and family, but this is what I do. I love what I do, the podcasting, the filmmaking,
Hmm.
all this stuff. So, and TK loves what she's doing, being that she has several films coming in 2023. Amen. I got to be on set for something, TK.
Come on, listen. I'm positive. I am positive that we will have that I will have 3 films. February, May, and then we'll shoot another one. I'll shoot another one in
Summer.
before award season. Well, I ain't gonna say the
Oh,
summer because that one in May is gonna last to June. So once we get off that set, so maybe August.
oh yeah, because you're doing the HBCU film in
Yeah,
May.
because when I finish this film in February, then I have to go through I have to go through the editing state. So I still have
Hmm.
to go through the editing since I'm the director.
But you don't always. Well, it depends on how hands on you are. Some directors sit in all the time, or they sit in the beginning, they come back and they tell them to make the changes.
That's
Others
what I'm gonna do.
let the editor do their thing, watch the thing, and see what other clips. Because remember, when you're filming, you're gonna have the dailies anyway, and so you're gonna be
Yeah,
like, hey, I don't want this, I want that.
I'm the type of person, I'm not hands on like that because I'm not too hands on like that because my thing, if I hired you
Hmm.
and I just don't hire anybody. I just don't. If I hired you, I trust that you're good at what you do.
Right.
So I hire you, you do the job. We talk about, because the creative shots and stuff that I want, like I'm doing good. God's giving me creative shots and stuff and certain things and a certain emotion. There's a particular camera angle I want every time this character has a certain emotion.
Right.
I'm like, that's good, Lord. Okay, I have to write it down. So I have my notes going for the camera department, the makeup department. Like I have my notes going, camera angles on specific shots.
Hmm.
So I don't want just a wide over the shoulder, over the shoulder.
Right.
I want, I do want to break it down to like 3 angles because I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I want to get the shots and we keep moving.
Well,
But
usually you
what
get
I'm
your
saying
basic
is,
setup, then you do your creative stuff.
well, that's what I'm gonna do when he does the storyboard, when we go over
Hmm.
the stuff. But I don't want, like, of course you'll have some shots that'll be standard wide over the shoulder, over the shoulder. But then my other 3 angles in a different shot may come from this side of the room, from the back, this side of the room,
Hmm.
and this angle versus just over the shoulders.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So just kind of looking at a lot of the older shows, I think hey Tony.
What's up, Tony?
I think a lot of the older shows I've been looking at,
Hmm.
a lot of them are not just like a lot of them are not over the shoulder. They have like angles from different sides of the room instead of just over the shoulder, and
Okay.
wide. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to let my mind be, of course, because I wrote it so visually. What did it look like
Mhm.
when you wrote it? What were you seeing?
Right. Well, before
So
we do this, we're gonna get a
yes,
little bit into this. So we're going to go over here and we're going to do what it is we do when we do it. Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, the Black Filmmakers Lounge is where independent filmmakers, whether novelists or professionals, come together to gain insight, perspective, through education, information, networking, and to discuss best practices that will advance the Black independent film community. We are creating our own space so that we can succeed together. I'm your host, Michael Melvin, with my other host, Tamira T.K. Henderson, as we hang out talking about filmmaking. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That was we had to do what we do when we do it. We welcome you guys. As you know, today we are going to have a little fun. We're of course talking about what you're watching, which is kind of going to be short from a certain perspective. You will be shocked by who. And then we're going to talk about holiday films and what you continue watching. Hey, good morning, Felicia. Good morning, Jaden. Good morning, Tone. Good morning, Yvette. Good morning for everybody who is joining us today. We appreciate you. Continue to join and hang out with us. If you are actually on my personal Facebook page watching this, go ahead and give us some stars so we can get that financial support from Facebook and make some comments, because we love to do what we're doing. But we're also going to pretty much it's been asked of me at some point to throw up a Cash App or something. So we'll work on that as well. Because people say, hey, we want to support what y'all doing. So we appreciate that y'all want to support us. So we gonna work on that. But we build our Facebook page, our YouTube page. If you're on YouTube, say what's up. Let us know. Come out and hang out with us. So here's what we're going to do today. Let's start with what you're watching, TK. What did you watch this week?
I watched, I'm going to tell you then, I have a comment. I watched Jingle Jangle. I watched Cocaine Cowboys.
Okay.
6-part miniseries. I'm not into series as much, but I will watch a 6-part. I mean, like a miniseries, a limited series.
Okay.
So I'm calling miniseries, but it's a limited series. Limited series. And then I watched, hold on, Amateur. I watched Amateur last night, finally. Amateur has been on Netflix on the, it's been on the Netflix, and I keep passing and seeing it, passing and seeing it. And I'm like, let me watch this movie. Like, I'm thinking for probably 3 years. So I finally watched it, and it was pretty good. And it talked about the inside, sort of touched on the inside of the AAU, you know, in the basketball organization. It didn't go really deep, but it did talk a little bit about the insides of that. And it was about a little boy who literally in 8th grade lost his eligibility to even play as an amateur.
Okay.
Because of what they did. So it's a pretty cool movie to watch. Of course, Jingle Jangle, I think I watched that last month and this month. And I'll watch it again. But so Cocaine Cowboys was about these. It's really good as a documentary. This thing had so many freaking twists and turns that it was ridiculous. I was like, I have never seen a documentary with this many twists and turns. It was only 6 episodes. But one of the main things that stood out to me is something you talked about, Michael, and that is when we talked about. So when we talked about, hey, Marshall.
Hey, Marshall.
So when we talked about the young people, and you talked about how. So when we talked about Riri, like, so we talked about like my movie, you know, I have the STEM kids in my movie Project Him, 16 and 18. And then we talked about Riri, and you talked about Riri, Riri, Black Panther 2, Iron Man.
Riri
she
Williams.
is in the comic books, she was actually 15 and not 19. And how it would have been great if they showed her at 15, because instead of making her older, like it's like the older, then you automatically wiser when we have all these kid proteges doing all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Cocaine Cowboys They literally were two high school dropouts. They started selling cocaine at like 17, 18. Trust me, y'all, this is not a spoiler alert. If you want a good twist and turn documentary, this is it. But by 20 years old, these people were making millions. But one of the kicker is everybody they were working with were like between 15 and 20 years old. The girl
Mm,
that kept the books, that kept the books was their sister at 15. And she's keeping the book for millions and millions of dollars. And one
right.
boy was like, we used to go count the money and we were counting. He said the most we counted one time was 5 million, but this was like every few days. This wasn't like once a day. I mean, this was more like almost daily that they're counting money like this.
Mm,
So for them to be so young and run that organization, and then like I said, of course, I thought about Deja and Cammy, the two girls from my film. I thought about Riri, and I thought about them talking about this 15-year-old accountant. My mind is like this. I don't think I'm in a writing season right now in regards to original stuff.
okay.
Um, because I was in a writing season, now I'm going into a filming season. But I literally was like this, this is interesting. This is good because we're quick to highlight young kids. Well, first of all, when they are young, when they are movies for early tweens, I mean the tweens and the teens.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? We already talked about you either have to go up or down. They don't make movies for that particular age range. And
Right.
so, but when they do, it's like silly stuff like junior high-ish stuff like that, but it's nothing ever as serious as these kids that we're talking about, these four kids I just named are doing. So I literally was like, so yeah, if something comes to me, I'll be outlining another script because I was like, that is awesome. That is awesome. I was like, she was 15 keeping the books and they were 18 running all these millions of dollars and figured out they got pilots, they had people to do boats. Like
Mm,
they had a whole corporation. It just happened to
okay.
be a drug corporation, but they had everything laid out. Tone say she watching Tulsa King, Yellowstone, and started a new African American series called Riches. Oh, what's that on,
Okay.
Tone? The Riches.
Interesting.
But that's all I watch, and then I'll watch football and movies today. I'm trying to watch a whole bunch of movies this month, y'all. While I'm in a rest, while God has me on a rest, I'm trying to watch a whole bunch of movies.
TK working on watching movies. Um, she's laughing for a reason, y'all. So, unfortunately, I did not watch any movies this week.
Not
Um,
one thing.
I
Felicia, is that a shared? Is that a TV show, or you talking about you didn't watch nothing like Michael?
she's probably she wants to share something. I don't know. We'll find out. Or she's sharing the show. I don't know. Maybe that could be happening.
Okay.
But so I had planned
Okay.
on watching fantasy football, which is a comedy
Uh huh.
with Corey Hardwick. I'm not Corey Hardwick. It's not Corey Hardwick. It's Amari Hardwick. There we go.
Amori
Amari
Hardwick. Okay.
Hardwick and
It's out.
Marcy Martin. Yes, it is on Paramount Plus.
Okay. Okay.
So
I saw the article, but I
Marcel,
didn't.
see, she corrected. She came in. She's like, "I got you, Michael." It was Amari, and so I plan on watching fantasy football. I hadn't had a time, so me and my wife we did date night on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I even did an early day from work because we can drive out to DC, spend the day, and I figured she and I later this week could watch it. We had other things happening. And unfortunately, I had stuff going because so if you know me, I did a show. TK, you know what this is. So we're working on trying to get it
Oh
prepared
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah, 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 yeah.
other delivery for platforms as a movie. And so that was my focus Monday, kind of, because we actually got the day off Monday as a surprise,
Mm.
shocking. because a plane crashed into a electrical station pole thing.
Oh
So it knocked
wow.
out the power where I work, the area which I work in. So
Oh cool.
I was like, hey, I could use this time wisely. And so we did a date day, my wife and I, because she was off too. She was off the entire week, so she's been working on her stuff, getting her videos together for her YouTube and Instagram, and
Yay.
she's gonna get into podcasting again, like we were doing with Faith, Love, and Dreams, but she's doing it with the Journey to a Better You. And yeah, shameless plug for Mrs. Melvin.
Well,
Journey to a Better You
you know what? We
with
could
the
have had
letter
Mrs.
U.
Melvin on today because I've been asking for her to come on the show, but I mean,
We'll get her on. We'll get her on. We'll get her on going into the new year at least, because we got guests coming up. So we've planned that already. Um, so yeah, I didn't watch anything, which is shocking to me. Um, Derek and I have been trading phone calls and trying to connect. We got to talk a little bit on Monday, and then he called me back, and I was knocked out, and I called him back, and it's just, look, Mrs. Belvin here. I'm chilling in bed, so my wife is watching. She's watching. So yeah, we made it a breakfast day on
uh-huh.
Monday. Picked up the hard drive, went looked at houses, checked the area for our forever home, and some other things. So, it's just been one of those weeks, man. Like, but I gotta sit down because I didn't want to watch fantasy football without Tiffany. When we watch movies or new movies, she'll be like, "Hey, don't start it without me." But because it's a comedy and stuff, I knew she'd probably watch it, but I just didn't. We hadn't had the time. Like we fell asleep yesterday watching My Lottery Dream Home. So,
Aw. I don't want to have old couple dreams like that.
jeez, call us
Fall
old,
asleep watching My
TK.
Lottery Dreams on
You called us old?
HGTV.
Like, okay. All right. So yeah, I didn't watch anything. So, but that doesn't mean that we don't watch anything ever at all. So we're gonna transition quickly because we're like, hey, we doing what you watching, but it's the holiday season. And we're gonna talk about some Christmas movies real quick.
Absolutely. Excuse my young guys. I was on set
Oh yeah.
in the middle of the night. I had a set call it in the middle of the night at 1 a.m. So and I'm not 20. I'm 27, but not 20. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So, it
Yeah,
affects you a
she's
little bit.
tired. She's
I'm not tired. I'm not
she's not a
tired.
young whippersnapper like she used to be.
Now that I'm not. Then that part. I'm a whippersnapper, but not a young one.
All right, so we're talking about some holiday movies today. Not a lot of them, but just there's some you're gonna see and some you're not gonna see. But we decided let's get into the holidays, because you can't beat the holiday season. So here we go. Boom. Queen Latifah's Last Holiday, and of course, Almost Christmas. And we're
Wait,
not comparing them, but go ahead. What you got, TK?
Last Holiday is not that's not a Christmas movie.
To me, it is. It happens in the snow. She is skiing. She's in the snow. She's in, I
That's
think,
because she
Prague or
go to a
somewhere.
different country.
Okay, but people watch it in holiday. It is called Last Holiday too. Nobody's name is
When
on
you
there,
said it, I didn't
and
even think
it
about it
does
right
happen
now.
during
I'm
the
like, wait
Christmas
a minute.
season. It
That's
does
not a
happen during the
holiday
Christmas.
movie.
It is a
But you hear
holiday
that,
movie.
guys?
It's happening
Because
during
it happens in
Christmas.
the snow. It's a
No, but it
Christmas movie.
happens during Christmas.
I thought the last holiday was her last birthday.
No, it's
I didn't.
happening during Christmas. The store is having Christmas specials. LL goes to be with her. She's there, and they have New Year's while they're there
So
at the
okay,
resort.
okay, my bad. Then I didn't
I
remember
know
that. I
this
thought
movie.
it was because she thought
So,
she was dying because it was on her, like her last holiday was last her birthday.
right. So, I will say this. Uh, I've watched The
Mm,
Last Holiday almost an entire summer.
okay, that
Um,
listen. That's why.
So
Look, that's
so
why I'm
there, I've
backing down.
watched it pretty much every day because so something about this movie. This is my mom's favorite movie. And
Oh, okay.
if you don't know anything about my mother had a stroke and my mom is in a bed and two she watches other stuff, but she mainly watches two movies. They are The Last Holiday and Jump in the Broom.
Oh
And
wow.
that's she'll always ask you to put those movies on. Now she'll watch other stuff, but she'll always ask you to put those movies on. And when I was sitting there, like if I start watching a movie way multiple times, because I was like the reason we even ended up talking about a movie that you can watch many times was it reminded me of my mom, or
Okay.
it reminds me of my mom because my mom's still here, but and
Yeah.
just the fact that she can watch those movies because I'll be like, right, can we watch something else? My mom, she'll watch them. She's watching them. And when watching The Last Holiday, I examined it and broke it down as a movie. We talked about movies that give you hope. We did
Mhm.
that with Have Plenty last week. And this is a movie that puts hope in your heart, but it also tells you about to live your life. And that's the message I took away from watching it is you got to live your life. You can't, she was working his job for all these years and saving up all these money and playing it safe, thinking that she'll
Mhm.
retire and get to enjoy life. And then she gets the message that she's dying. And even though the message, now this is spoiler alert because y'all should have seen this movie is old.
10 years old. Yeah, 80 years
So
ago.
she gets the message and finds out that the message was wrong. It was a faulty machine. But the story that's told in this, and it's
Mhm.
so heartfelt, it's about character. Um, I like The Last Holiday. And, you could, it's a movie, like my mom watches it all the time. So it's one of those movies that people can watch all the time and it's inspirational. So, think about that. All right, Almost Christmas. TK, you seen Almost Christmas?
I seen no, I haven't. But
Really?
I was trying to share the live today that's on your page
Uh-huh.
to my page and I don't see it on your page. Okay, anyway.
You might gotta scroll down. But you can, I mean, whichever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but Almost Christmas. I know I got lost in it. I was like, wait a minute. Almost Christmas, no.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I don't think I've seen Almost Christmas.
Oh, you gotta watch Almost Christmas. Almost Christmas is fun. It's about a family
Maybe
that
I'll
comes
watch it today.
together for their first Christmas since the not first Christmas, but it's a Christmas since their mom died. And their dad has this Christmas dinner, and um, their aunt is played by why am I losing names right this moment in my brain? Um, I gotta pause at a mental moment for a second because it's like how somebody sitting right there, tongue. You see the picture and everything. Monique, bam. See, I just had to talk
I
myself
know she
into it.
on the picture. That's
Yeah,
why I
right.
just knew it wasn't Monique
It was
because she
Monique
on
that
the
plays their
picture.
aunt, her sister, and
Oh,
Danny
okay, okay.
Glover's the dad, and his sons and daughters. And so it's a good film. It's a family dynamic film, and
Okay.
now it isn't. It's a good movie to me to an extent, but I have another movie that hits me more dear heart, and that's This
Thank
Christmas.
you,
But we'll get into
Marche.
that later. Thank you, Marshall. See, so everybody gonna
Marcel's
come
like,
in. She on it. She like, Michael, I got your back, man. I got your back. All right. So we go move forward to some other wonderful Christmas movies for the holidays.
I gotta sing.
Go
The
ahead.
square root of impossible is me. I had to
Oh,
rewind that and listen to it twice during the movie. I always do.
do you want to talk about these movies?
Well, I mean, you just talked about the last two, so I'll talk
Mhm.
about this one because I still haven't watched Preacher's Wife.
Really?
Whatever. Whatever. Thank you. Thank you. So I literally love Jingle Jangle so much. I love the choreography. I love the singing. I love the dancing. I love the storyline. She's like, Jetty. I love, I love Jingle Jangle. The opening dance scene the snowball fight and the square root of impossible, like those three numbers during that song, and the
Mm-hmm.
dynamics between the granddaughter and love driving out the fear and the hurt in his heart. Like, I love this movie. What? Wait
Well,
a minute.
Felicia, you got to watch Jingle Jangle then. See, now
Alicia.
it's good that we're making this list of holiday movies to
Look, this is
watch
how
because now,
this is how y'all feel when I say I haven't watched something. Now I understand. I understand. But Felicia, Jingle Jangle is, I mean, the storylines, the quality, the choreography, the singing, the everything. Toy Maker of the Year, Toy Maker of the Year, Toy Maker of the Year, Toy Maker. Like, everything about this movie, I absolutely love. And
yo,
so, if you have not watched Jingle Jangle, I definitely recommend that you guys watch it. And if you have watched it, watch it again. Now, one thing about Netflix, I have to double check, but they don't play residuals to writers like Lifetime. Lifetime,
mm,
you'll see a movie over and over and over. That's because, and they getting
people
twenty
getting
thousand
paid.
dollars a pop. They
Yeah.
getting $20,000 a pop every time that movie is played. Jingle Jangle, I mean, Netflix, I believe they buy it, but they don't. But they don't pay residuals to writers. At least they didn't as of 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I'm like, I'm not mad at Lifetime for showing people movies 10,000 times because they
And
are getting paid.
and the beautiful part, remember, we set in on the meeting after about Jingle Jangle with the writer, the
Yes,
producer, and all them. We were able to get into
the
um,
key thing.
yeah, we were able to be online, and it was really cool and ask questions and stuff. It was fun. So good movie, watch it. I tell you, see, y'all gotta,
Ooh,
but
that movie's so good, y'all. I'll probably watch it again on Tuesday. Look, I'll
all
probably
right.
watch it again on Tuesday.
Now, I know the ladies are like, yes, because they see Denzel and Whitney, um, and Courtney, and so I'm telling you, The Preacher's Wife is a fun movie to watch. I
Okay, I'm
remember
gonna
sitting
watch
down with
it.
my mom watching The Preacher's Wife, and that's one of the movies she enjoyed. Um, so and
Writing
of
them down.
course, you got Whitney Houston singing, and you got the family and the son, and he's praying. He wants an angel, and the angel comes, which is Denzel, get their mom and dad back working together to celebrate Christmas. It's one of those movies. It's a fun Christmas movie. So if you haven't watched The Preacher's Wife, which is years old, as you know, uh,
No.
shame on you, TK. So
I'm
back
writing them
to
down right now. This is my list for this week.
So again, but what makes you go back? And as we're sharing some holiday movies, if you don't see some of them up here, share some of yours with us. Because there's some movies, people don't consider holiday movies, and we do consider holiday movies. It's so funny because we have the age-old joke: is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Because it happens during Christmas. And people
It
are
is
like,
a
some
Christmas
people say it
movie.
is, some people say it isn't. Like Lethal Weapon, the first one, is it a Christmas movie? It happens during Christmas. It's so interesting. But let's go to the next series of movies. But yeah,
What
Preacher's
constitute
Wife,
a Christmas
great
movie?
singing, story. It's fun. It has hope. Again, it's not. Today's movies may be a lot different, and we'll be sharing some other couple of other Christmas movies throughout the December holiday. But we gonna move on. Bam. Ooh, what just happened here? Oh, doesn't like me. Bam. All right. I got to break your heart and give you hope all at the same time. TK, I know you've seen The Best Man Holiday. We need to talk. My sister, we need to talk. Let me tell you, one of the most, it is funny, it's sexy, it's smart, just like the thing says, but it has hope and it makes you cry. It is a tearjerker of a film as well. Um,
Hey,
Jingle All the
Sierra.
Way, Sierra says. Yeah, Jingle All the Way. You know what? Some people consider that a Black Christmas movie because Sinbad's in it. But all right, so as we're talking the Best Man Holiday, and yes, December 2nd, you better be watching Peacock because the Best Man limited series, since TK says she likes limited series, that means TK, you got to go back, watch the Best Man, watch the Best Man Holiday, and then watch the Best Man limited series as they wrap it up on
Okay.
Peacock. So definitely check it out. But this is one of my favorite movies to kind of watch during the holidays, but it's hard to watch during the holidays at the same time. I tell you, you know how I said Black Panther is one of those films that is fun, adventurous, but sad at the same time? Best Man Holiday is the same thing.
So
Um,
it's gonna make me cry. Then I'm
yeah,
not watching
December
it this week.
22nd, you got to watch the Best Man Holiday, the Best Man miniseries. But it's going to bring something to you. You're going to feel it up in your
That's
chest.
what I'm saying. I don't
Um,
know. I'm single during the holidays and birthdays and Thanksgivings. I'll be like, I'm gonna watch Jingle Jangle again. So anyway,
all
because
right.
because the movies got somebody told me they were like, your movies are just fantasy. Like I said, my movies are not fantasy to me. When I watch
Mm,
movies, because when we write and create films, they're supposed to touch every. You want a film to touch every sense.
mm-hmm.
You want it to make you cry. You want it to make you laugh. You want it to make you mad. You want to make
Mm,
you think. You want it to touch every sense. And so some movies like are harder, to watch. So just like we talk about 12 Years a Slave, like I finally got the nerve to watch that and then the DVD didn't work or something. But
ooh.
12 Years a Slave, Brian Banks, When They See Us, like those are movies that I got to be in the right mindset to actually go in and watch. And
Mm,
so to me, holiday movies, should you think about it? Some people have grief during the holidays. You know what I mean? So, yes,
yeah,
we
loss of
want
family
to touch,
members and stuff. Yeah.
right. We wanted to touch every emotion, but at the same time, some emotions are hard to deal with during certain times. So, I think that was a
Yeah.
good word right there. That was a good word.
No,
So, anyway,
and it's important that because as filmmakers, you're right. I think about all the emotions you hit. There's a project I've been talking to you about, and I remember you were like, "Yo, right now you're bringing me to tears. You
I
need to."
literally was in tears when you told me that. I was like, oh, I
Mm.
was in tears. Yep.
So and it was one of those hope. Still had hope in it because it's near and dear to me. But when we work on it, it's going to be near and dear to a lot of people because it is about pursuing your
Yeah,
dreams. You know.
absolutely.
Um. So
I did
okay,
see Perfect Holiday a long time ago.
go ahead. What you remember?
I don't. That's all I remember. Is I'm sure I've seen it.
All right, I'll talk about Perfect Holiday too. It's another movie with Morris Chestnut in it. uh, Perfect Holiday, Queen Latifah, Terrence Howard played Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus in the movie. Um, it is a fun movie to me. I like fun movies. I like good romantic stories as well. I like something you can enjoy. You can enjoy it with the kids. Charlie Murphy is funny, and when he's working on his Christmas album, it is funny. He is the Puff Daddy of this movie. Um, it is hilarious. I like this movie. I like the fact there's a scene Terrence Howard beams Morris Chestnut with a snowball. Like, because he's Santa, and you would expect Santa to do some stuff like that. I mean, it's like, so Perfect Holiday is fun. It's funny how a lot of these movies have holiday in it. You ever think about that? How they have the word holiday. They don't say everybody don't say Christmas, but they do say holiday a lot. And look at the colors. You know what? We should go back, examine the posters, right? Look at that,
They
right?
all look the same.
With the exception of
Except
these
that one.
two,
Those
but
two don't.
these, right? How do you grab your people's attention? When you're trying to sell a movie and promote it. So think about your Christmas movies, because I can show you a poster for a Christmas movie we have that got into a film festival actually. Um, and we're looking at some more. So here we go. Let's and I'll announce that at another time.
Oh
But
yeah, I had to think, Lord. I had to think. So
you want this one? Go ahead.
I love this Christmas. And I love this Christmas because of the dynamics. It's like it's like those shows you watch where there's a little drama, but not too much drama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I like this Christmas because it gave, the family and the acceptance and the, looking out, being there for each other. And you know what I mean? Even when it hurts, because even Regine's character, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Queen
Um,
Latifah did do the perfect
yeah, by
holiday.
Favor Unit. What's
Um,
her company name? Favor Unit.
she also
Um,
did. I thought it was part of Last Holiday. I have to go back and check, but I think she was part
she
of a
did.
producer on that too.
Yeah, yeah, so I really, really like this. This Christmas is one that I will, like, if it's on or whatever, I'll watch it again. Um, but yeah, I like this Christmas because I like the finance. Like when Gabrielle Union, like, cause they didn't like, we love you, but we gonna tell you the truth whether it hurt or not. We're not gonna
Mhm.
sit here and just watch, and that's just real family. Real family, especially us, is we gonna listen. I didn't sit here long enough. Now I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's kind of we got your back, but I'm gonna be real with you and tell you I love you, and this is what it is. So that's what I like about this Christmas is the family. The family. Yes,
there
exactly,
you go,
Mrs.
Mrs. Melvin. I have to post this because this is my wife right here.
I
So
know
I
she
am
didn't.
going to post this.
The baby oil in the belt scene. I know Sierra. I was like, Lord, I hope I ain't ever got to do that. But Miss Melvin then posted twice today. Y'all must have had a real good week.
Lord Jesus, this girl right here. Is she lucky? She my sister right here. Oh boy. Yeah. So and it's crazy because I own those movies on DVD. Like I will buy I have a lot of black films on DVD. But which is shockingly enough because they're still in their boxes. But what is this
Uh-oh. We
mess?
got spam.
Yeah, we got spam here. I'm gonna go ahead and ban this site. Bam. I see they're coming.
We got hot girls on
Why?
this show. We don't need your hot girls. We got hot girls.
I know. I
We
wish,
got hot girls
which
all
is
in the chat.
unfortunate that people think they should spam stuff. The need to do.
I be wondering how much them people get paid for real because they do a good job. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm like, are y'all
Um,
hiring? No, I'm just waiting.
we had a spam in the YouTube comments. Somebody wanted to post some foolishness, but hey, we keep it moving. That's what we do. All right. So this Christmas, wonderful, great ensemble of a cast. Actually, one of the best ensembles of a cast I've ever seen for
Yes.
a film. No one kind of outshined the other person. That's how
Right.
well it was. And a great story about family and the family dynamics. So I definitely like that.
And
Right.
I like that they kept the name Christmas instead of because it is what it is. You have
Right.
some people have holidays. I have Christmas. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's great, but I have Christmas. So they didn't change it to appeal to a broader audience.
Right. Right. So then we got Trading Places. Now, Trading Places is definitely a Christmas movie. It happens in the wintertime during Christmas, and it goes all the way until New Year's. So yeah, Trading Places, funny movie. Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd. Um, what can I say? Like, this is one of those Eddie Murphy movies I can like watch all the time. Trading Places and Coming to America, and one movie people kind of often overlooked that Eddie Murphy did was Imagine That. Um,
Oh
I
yeah,
think that's one of the best movies, and I know some people frown on 1,000 Words, but I like it
A
because of that.
Thousand Words was a freaking faith-based movie.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
It's deep. Some people aren't ready to be
Yes.
that deep. All right, let's hit it with something else. Oh, I think that is. Wait, is that it? No. Well, that is it. But I do have some other movies that we can mention that you won't see the image of. But let me cancel that. But let's go back to our bam. Hey, now showing.
He's so good at this. He's so good at this, Mrs. Melvin.
So to me, you have Holiday Heart. That's another movie. That's a holiday movie with
Mm-hmm.
Ving Rhames. See,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't know about that, huh? You got Lifetime movies for
Oh
Christmas,
Lord. So we have Black Nativity.
right?
Um, Black Nativity.
Friday After Next is a Christmas movie. I
Friday
mean,
After Next is a
I
Christmas
mean,
movie.
no, it's not Friday After Next. Is it Friday After? No, it's not the Friday
One of the
After Next.
Fridays.
Yeah, it is Friday After Next because it's next Friday, then it's Friday After Next. And Friday After Next is a Christmas movie, by the way. It happens during Christmas. It's just LA. It's warm, but it's LA. Um, what else, TK?
Um. So he said Bad Santa. Sierra said Bad Santa. Oh, I had a list too. Bad
Okay.
Santa. There's a
Bad
lot,
Santa.
and and A Christmas to Remember. What is that? Is that Robin Givens?
Um,
So there are a lot of Christmas movies. The one thing I can say about Black Christmas movies, um, there are not. We don't. And hey, I'm a content creator too. So hey, but we don't have a lot of holiday films that are Black, except for the one. Lifetime is doing, maybe they used to do one a year. Now I think they're doing three. But kind of funny because we were pulling up the posters and it is what it is. All the people are the same skin color and they kind of blend into the color of the poster. But that's just
well,
me.
I will say it's not always the same color. They pick a certain people. Like I know they have a Christmas movie with Ashanti coming out. They diversify their movies,
No, no,
but
no. The skin color of the Black people is the same.
oh, okay, they tend not to
And
have
it
a
is
lot
of the
darker.
lighter color.
Well,
Yes,
no, because Kelly
that's
Kelly
what I was
Rollins
saying.
was in I think it was a Lifetime movie, wasn't it? She did a Lifetime Christmas movie
Who
when
did?
she got
So you had
married.
one, oh, there was one dark person in one Lifetime movie? Seriously, for real? Okay.
So
But
you know,
if I want
it
to see some dark people in a Christmas movie, I gotta
make it.
make it. I get that. But I have 15 movies and none of them take place over Christmas. I'm sorry. I don't have a Christmas movie. I don't have
But
it.
you know what that tells us? There are a lot of filmmakers currently been working on Christmas movies, and at
Yes.
some point we'll
On
be
that real quick.
highlighting
Go
them.
ahead and plug that.
My
Plug that.
my my mentor
Yes.
has several Christmas movies. Christopher Nolan, the second, has several Christmas movies coming out on BT, um, all black. I think he's doing Amazon as well. So check him out. I'm quite sure he'll probably have them on Tubi as well. I'll find out. But so because I know for sure there's at least 3 or 4 of them, but I think it's more
That's
than that he
exciting.
has, right? Because I know over the summer he was shooting back to back. And what's up?
Keep going. I got a question when you finish that because
Okay.
I've got a serious question about what you're talking about right now. So keep
So
talking.
he was
Go ahead.
shooting back to back because we were talking. He was like, I just finished shooting one. They're editing now. I'm working about to go start shooting the other one. And we've been asking him to come on the show. And he's like, hey, I've been shooting, I've been filming. And I totally understand because he's been on his grind. Which I need to get on mine, see? But like Christmas movies, there's a lot. I have 2 Christmas movies. I just thought about that. Remember TK? I got Along Came Winter,
Yep.
right? Why am I forgetting the other title?
Was Along Came Winter in the winter or Christmas?
It was around Christmas. It's in the winter, but it's around Christmas. But yeah, Tiffany likes Lifetime Christmas movies. I joke her all the time because I tell her it's the same movie just with different people.
It is.
It is.
She said,
But
however. So she agrees. She said, however. And I'm saying it like she'll say it. However. It seemed to be the same kind of change. I prefer Christmas movies we make because yes, and make them more relatable. And Marshall said
Detroit.
that Detroit made a Christmas movie.
See? So
That,
there's
that's
stuff coming out.
Detroit has to know. Okay, so yes.
See,
Mhm.
we making it happen, people. It's one of those seasons, but every Christmas, what are you watching over and over again? What do you
Christmas
know,
Story, and Jingle Jangle. Now
see, there you go.
that's what I watch over and over. Christmas Story and Jingle Jangle.
Because I'll show you what I watch a lot of different movies during the holidays. That excitement. See, people do like Lifetime. Lifetime is safe.
Yes, they
You know
like
who else
Lifetime.
makes the Hallmark started doing a little bit more Black Christmas films.
Let me click
So,
on that.
there's a link Marcel put up, so y'all should click on it
Yeah,
later
I'm
when you get a
opening it up
chance.
right now
Or,
so I can.
TK going right to it because he's on the show. But when the show's over, go
But I
click on
have
that link and
to.
go check
But
it
it was a very hood Christmas, a very merry hood Christmas. Okay. No, I have to because if not, I'll be like, "Where's that link?" Um. So, question, and I think
Mhm.
this is a great segue into what I'm about to talk about what now we're about to talk about
Okay.
shooting a season movie out of season. So, my
Mhm.
particular movie that I'll be shooting in February, March has is in summertime. And last week I literally thought, wow, wait a minute. I'm shooting it in the summer. So I got to make sure there's not an overcast because it's a total different look when it's a wintry, cold overcast than a bright summer day.
Okay.
So I had to think about that. And I literally was on the floor exercising. I turned over and looked out my window and seen the trees. I was like, oh my God,
There'll
any
be no
external
trees.
scenes we get, we got to make sure there's no trees. So and I said all that to say, stay with me. I'm going somewhere like this.
Mhm.
The when you say Christopher shot 6 or 7 Christmas movies, it's like when you tell me that, automatically my mind is thinking, how do you shoot season movies out of season? Because like I said, usually in the winter, you're looking at overcast. You can look
So
outside and say, oh, it looks cold.
I'm not gonna say how he does it because I couldn't tell you 100%.
Uh-huh.
But what I can say is, um, if you look at depending on where the story takes place, we know that Christmas in LA it doesn't snow,
Right.
right? I mean, some places it might, but in most cases it's not. But psychologically, if I put you in a house and you can make fake snow, by the way, you can buy a machine that makes fake snow, or I mean, rent a machine that does fake snow for the outside. But inside, it's what the people are wearing. It's how you dress the setup. Because nobody's thinking about that. It's like, how do you shoot day for night for day? It's how you light outside. You get this large light that has the kelvins that match sunlight to peer through the
Mm-hmm.
window. It's nighttime outside for real, but psychologically, you're thinking it's day because of the lights and the way it's set up coming through the window and how you light the room and make people feel. So with Christmas, you got Christmas sweaters. If you notice, all those pictures are taken, everybody's wearing Christmas sweaters or things that seem that it's cold, right? Or a Santa hat. So psychologically, you've already put yourself in Christmas. Um, Now, some people were probably shooting in October, November their Christmas films, or they turned around and shot them in February or March. They could have shot during Christmas. I know some people that were shooting a Christmas film in October and November, and
Y'all listening to this, guys? This is good. This
so
right here is really good because so many times you think because I'm thinking like Tiffany's talking about driving around getting the outdoor scenery and stuff, so you get the B-roll.
mhm.
But I'm sitting here thinking because if it's snowing, I ain't calling nobody out in the snow to shoot anything. So I'm
so
personally not shooting in the snow. So when you see these movies, that's what made me think of, when you said it, and me just having that conversation with myself this week. I'm like, wait a minute. As filmmakers, how do we shoot season movies out of season? So you saying psychologically, the wardrobe,
mm-hmm,
the lighting,
mm-hmm.
the colorist, wouldn't the colorist be able to kind of
Well,
cloud up
coloring,
a
but you're
scene
set.
with
You're
a little?
set first. You think about it. You go get a Christmas tree, or you pull out a Christmas. So remember, we did a Christmas film online I went out
Mm-hmm.
and got B-roll of the snow. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
But it was all indoors. The settings were both indoors for both people because it was basically an online film during COVID. The whole point was it was Christmas during COVID, and we had them dressed in red. Think about it, we put up a Christmas tree.
That's
Um,
so interesting, psychological. No, no, I'm telling y'all, this is good stuff right here, for real. This is really, really good stuff because I was literally thinking this last week, so I'm glad we are talking about it. This is really good
yeah,
stuff for us.
because Lewis and I stayed on the phone with James and was like, see if you can go get a Christmas tree. They're putting them out now anyway. You know, we're putting them out. Christmas stuff go out in October.
It's September.
Lights and everything. Yeah. So, and you can go to any Home Depot or Lowe's and find stuff. You know, you don't find it now, but it's
Thrift
cheap
store.
later.
Thrift store.
Thrift
You can
store,
find the Christmas
dollar
stuff.
store.
Yeah.
You can go into, I mean, just different places. What is it? Home Goods and all that. They probably got seasonal up later as clearance. So when you're planning out your set, it's important. And then here's the thing: you don't need a bunch of locations. Imagine a couple traveling. You just want to show them traveling a little bit. Another winter type movie that I kind of forgot about was Why Did I Get Married? Because they went in the snow in the
Why did I
beginning of
get
the
married?
film. They
And they
were
did.
in the
And they
cabin.
couldn't leave because it was snowing, so they didn't have to travel.
Yeah. And
The
so
crew did, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the second half of the movie was back home. But like you could literally still put people in a cabin as a family and relationships and shoot it all, set it up for Christmas, make it a Christmas in the cabins or the Christmas in the woods type deal. You either got a choice. It can be a comedy, drama, or horror film. It's how you play it. But it's choosing those settings and setting it up right. Um, and I think that's what it is. Because remember, it's how it feels to your audience. You know, the music that plays. Is it Christmas? Because I was gonna go to. We have different sites we get royalty free music from that we pay for, but we can use the music whatever. And they have Christmas music up all year round. I mean, you're able to get it. But I was gonna download it and put it in the show as we're all talking. You know, but those sounds, the sound effects,
That's
the
good.
bells. You can get B-roll footage from some of these companies as well. Or if you already know the locations you're going to go film at, there's two options. You can wait till winter comes. It may not come, may not snow, but you can go out and catch the snow there, or you can rent a snow machine, like I said earlier, make it snow. I know in our neighborhood something happened and the snow was gone and they rented a machine for the kids to go play as they're playing in the snow. So it's just setting up the story. You make it believable because the characters sell it. The characters make the moment happen. The conflict within the scenes. Does it feel like Christmas? You know, because you got to remember this Christmas with Chris Brown and them. That was in LA.
And they didn't. And I was just thinking
Not
that
none
was not.
snow.
You don't have to snow to be Christmas. So many people, Tiffany, I think Lifetime and Hallmark got us thinking that it's got to snow for Christmas. But
They can
because
shoot
I
in
live in
Denver and
Texas.
Utah and stuff.
Listen, I used to live in Texas. I don't live there no more. But
Mm-hmm.
in Texas, all my life, Christmas Day, we wore shorts. Every freaking Christmas, it was 80 degrees. Like
That
last
depends
year
on where you live, because when we lived in Killeen, it snowed around Christmas
in
or it got real
Austin,
cold.
Texas, for the last I don't know how many years, we have worn like we try to put on boots or something to feel Christmassy or whatever, but we've got to wear short sleeve shirts.
Oh.
It's hot.
I
Christmas
mean,
Day
because I
last
lived
year,
in San Antonio for about 10 years, almost 10 years.
that would be
And
funny to
we,
shoot a Christmas movie in the summer, just like it feels when it's Christmas in Texas
because
on December. That would be hilarious.
so like that was the joke. My mom was asking me how come I didn't do a Christmas movie one time. And I said, I'm definitely gonna shoot one here. I gotta go back to Maryland or somewhere to shoot one. She was like, why? I said, first of all, In San Antonio, when it snow, it's like you shook some salt on the ground and it melt by 10 o'clock. And they
to
still
keep up
closed everything down. I said,
everything,
and
everything,
y'all,
quarter inch
I said,
snow.
I came to visit from Maryland for Christmas when I'd go to Texas to see my family, my parents. I'd have a turtleneck, jacket, leather, all this stuff. I get there, my nephews are outside playing basketball. Like Uncle Mike, you sweating? You hot? And I had to psychologically like, I need a pack for Texas, but I also got a pack to go back home. Now,
Yeah.
Texas, it does get cold. Like in the morning can be 40s and whatever. My dad was talking to me yesterday. It's 40 degrees here. He's like, yeah, it's 50 something, about to go up to the 60s. Like, okay, but that's cold to y'all. Like they were
It's a little cool outside. Yeah, it's cool. It's
that
50
ain't
today.
cold to me.
It's
When you
cool.
say 60 degrees, I'm like, I throw on a windbreaker, maybe a hoodie, if that. I can wear a short sleeve shirt. That is not cold.
So I wanted to bring up another point too,
Mm-hmm.
but no, that, like I said, that is really, really good information about the psychological, because you make people think what you want them to by putting it in so that's great.
Right.
Tone brought up another thing about she's writing a Christmas movie that's this is really good. I was going to film in a summer cabin, have box decorations to give the best feel. When she said that, it reminded me of another film that I'm in pre-production for that we're shooting in May. I told them, while you were talking about why did I get married, and
Mm-hmm.
then she brought that up, I thought about this. What I told them for this particular movie, because it takes place on a college campus, we are going to house people right there on the campus. So when you talk about why did I get married and her talking about this cabin, the first thing I thought of when why I get married and it was snowing and stuff, well, because they made it like it was just snowing and locked in. So I'm like, the crew can't even go home. I'm thinking about the crew.
Right.
Um, but what would have been smart if they didn't do it is to rent the cabins right there. So I don't know if you ever been to some of those. Anybody ever been to one of those places where they have a main room and then they have cabins and then they have rooms where people can sleep in and you walk to the main room?
They have
It's like a
suites and
dorm.
stuff. Okay, yeah, suites.
They're like,
Dorms with
you know
suites.
what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
I stayed in one.
That
I
would be
stayed in
so
those when I was in school.
smart to rent one of those and have the whole crew stay right there. Everybody get up, go to work, film, you get your snacks and all that, and everybody's there for 2 weeks. Film that
Mhm.
film and go home. That is so smart. So
Well,
I
isn't
thought
that
about
what they did? Isn't that what they did with Dirty Dancing? They rented the cabins, the lake and stuff in the cabins and all that there, and they filmed it.
listen, that because especially on independent levels now, when we want to shoot a film that's not like right in the city or something, because like literally we have a location we film at, we'll go to set sometimes and the guys will be like, it will be getting off set at 3 o'clock in the morning. We've been there for 12 hours, of course. And then
Mm-hmm.
they're like, yeah, I got an hour and 45-minute drive home. And then you have to try to go to sleep, wake up on time, and be on set an hour away the next morning. Like it
Yeah.
is a hard turnaround. So
And there's
anything
rules
that's
to the game too, because you got to give them so many hours of sleep and rest before they can come back on set anyway.
yeah, we most of the time, yes, most of the time independent films try to do that. And when I learned from
Mhm.
the strike, the ITSAE strike, that wasn't happening for them either. So the same
Right.
things that they were fighting for, but you try to give a 12-hour turnaround. The producer I work with right here,
Mm-hmm.
that I've been working with a lot, she does her best to give a 12-hour turnaround. I mean, she does her absolute best, and she usually does it. Every now and then we may have a 11, maybe once blue moon we have a 10, but no. When I say she really does a good job at that 12-hour turnaround, and I love that because you got to care about your people. Because one thing that makes me mad, and I talk about it all the time, is when you sit and work these people 14, 16-hour days, 12, 14, 16-hour
Mm-hmm.
days. You're only feeding them one time because you
Mm.
take that 6-hour mark and you feed them one time, and then you work them for 14 hours. But then you want them to get up the next day, come be on time, and do the best job they can do. That that irritates me. And I'm gonna tell you, I will tell you this, and I'm gonna tell y'all can look back on this next year, the next year, whatever y'all want to do. For my crew,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to make sure they're taken care of. I put 2 meals in the budget, and I do my best to set up the shooting schedule. Like I was just telling you about the how we have one house for 4 days,
Yeah.
and we don't have a lot of makeup changes and stuff like that. Shoot, we might be done in 8 hours. You know what? If we can throw another 2 scenes in there, fine. But not let I mean another scene in there, fine. Throw it in there, but let's go home because we have
Mm-hmm.
this house for 4 days. I don't have to cram and squeeze everything I can and work my crew to death just because they are committed to doing it. It's not right. Treat your crew right. Treat your people right that you're asking to work on these sets. Give them a high five. Tell them every day that they're doing a good job. Tell them all day that they're doing a good job. Make them feel important. And
Yeah.
I do that as a PA. That's what I talk about. I do that as a PA. When I'm on people's sets, that's why people, not that I don't have good and bad days, because everybody be like, because we on independent film sets. But for the most part, I make every single one of those people feel important when I'm on that set. I'm looking out for each of them. I had directors say, TK, are you tired? Did you want to go home early today? TK, go ahead and go home early. Because I treat everybody else so well. They're like, wait, are you okay? Are you good today?
Mm.
So they'll do me like that, but I'm like, oh no, I'm good. If everybody else is here, shoot, I'm in the trenches. What's up. Like,
Right.
no, for real. Do you want to come in? Do you want to come in? Want to come in late tomorrow? I've had director tell me tomorrow, TK, you can sleep in tomorrow and come in late. I'm like, wow. But as content creators, make sure your people are taken care of. One girl said, TK, the way you look out for everybody on the set, I
Mm-hmm.
cannot wait till you film because I know they're going to come through for you in a major way because of the way you have treated everybody else on other sets. I was like, and that's not my intentions. My intentions is just to make sure I'm making sure everybody is treated well because I heard it's a lady I watch on a video. Like it's gonna rain here. It's a lady I
Right in
watch
here.
on a video. Look, squirrel. Oh, sorry. It's a lady I watch on the video. Um she said she had a dream about a movie, and she said, I've been on a lot of different sets, and the directors are always so harsh and mean. And I was just like
Mm.
this.
It's tough.
That's not us. And if you are a director, if you are a content creator, you are a producer. I need you to make a commitment before you make your next project to treat everybody right. I don't care if your budget is $10. I don't care if your budget is $800 million. Whatever you have, you work with and make it the best. On these independent sets,
Mm-hmm.
before I start, when I have the list, or if I get there later, I ask every crew member, what is your favorite snack and what is your favorite drink? And on
Mm.
$400 a day to feed them lunch and to do crafty, that's usually my budget on the independent film. $400 a day to do that because for some reason, I'm really good at this crafty thing. So I've been doing that a lot. But I make sure every freaking crew member has their favorite snack and favorite drink, a few, at least, usually almost every day. But at
Mm.
least 5, 6, 7 times out of that day, they can come to me and say, TK, you got one of my oatmeal pies? Sure do. Unfortunately, they're like kids. They're like, where do oatmeal pies come from? And it's like, I asked you what was your favorite snack. You did not say oatmeal pies. You said peanut butter crackers, and that's what I have for you. But
Mm.
but I took that small budget and still made each of those people feel important. Even with
Yeah.
that small budget, I was able to get them. I like Sour Patch Kids. I got your Sour Patch Kids. You know what I mean? So whatever you can do with whatever's in your hands to make your crew happy and not stress them, drag them.
Mm.
It's already bad they underpaid because they ain't working for what they're supposed to get anyway. So do
Right.
your best to make them feel important and make them feel special and take care of them.
I think that goes every way. Like, I think that, and this is from experience, when people make you feel important, just remember they're just as important as you are. Right. So TK is just as important as the people she's making feel important. So
Amen.
you got to keep that in mind.
I,
Because as a director who tries to
look,
make
I don't even
sure,
think about it.
as a director who tries to make sure everybody on set feels like family and works together,
Yes.
um, some actors can take that and go the wrong way. They get too involved in, but you made me feel this, and I thought I was really part of. You are, but you have a job to do, and I need you to do your job. Don't come trying to do my job or don't try to do what I do. Do focus on what you're here for. You're here to act, act. Don't try to be a producer. Don't try to be direct with me. I don't need you to do that. I need you to do what I got you to do for. That's why I am making you feel important or want you to feel important because you're important as an actor. That's what I hired you for. And if you respect that, the coexistence of us working together runs so smooth. And we have to keep that in mind.
I
Um,
rather, I mean, I'm telling y'all, when I said I am overly excited about working on my first original production, like it brings me to tears when I think about it because I'm excited because
mhm,
not because, oh yeah, my film, but because I get to be in charge of making these people feel good. Like, and it's funny because like I said, I've done it from a PA position numerous times. And this
mhm,
one of the crew members, he sat in front of me. He's like, TK, everybody is happy here. You want to know why? I was like, why? He said, because of you. I was just like,
mm,
oh, because I don't do this for accolades. When I'm
mhm,
on set, I do my job. But as a person, my job is to encourage people, uplift people, build people. That is me as a person. So if I do that through your favorite snack, that's what I do. So to be able to have a crew that I'm going to be able to love on, not from the PA position, but from the executive producer, director, writer, all of that from the above the line. Hello, somebody above the line position. You know what I mean? I'm really excited about that because I'm like, because I want people to have the freaking best experience ever in this world when they come and work with me. I want them to have that. And
yeah.
so that's what makes me really excited about, me shooting my first project. It's like I really am excited about doing that and making people feel good, putting out good quality work. We're all happy. Everybody's like, "Oh, I can't believe it's the last day. I didn't even want to come." That's how I want
Like,
them
I
to
don't want
feel.
it to be the
Like,
last day. I want us to rap. But like
yeah, I
you
want them to
want
feel
that.
that way.
Yeah,
And
you
they
want
are
people to
going
be excited when you call them to work on a project. Like, oh, I worked on TK set last time. And that's what it should be for a lot of us. So we have to make sure that we're empathetic and compassionate and supportive, but it's business. Like everybody still has to understand this is still business. It's not personal, it's not anything else, but it's still business. And but yet, if we are all those things, even within a business, it's a win-win. And I believe in a win-win mentality. Everybody's winning. You know, when you're on that poster and your name is there, or you're on that screen and people are seeing you, that we work together to put that together. And the people that are often not seen are the people in the background. You know, um, so we gotta show that. We have to be, we have to see that about each other.
absolutely. I had never had, and we're gonna get out of here, guys. I know it's getting,
Mm-hmm.
but I had never been a supervisor ever, and I got promoted to a supervisor position. This is about 10, 15 years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
got promoted to a supervisor position. Literally, I was like, I do not know how to supervise, but what I learned is those people respected me so much that I didn't have to learn how to be a supervisor. All I had to be was myself
Mm.
and then incorporate the supervisor position into who I was. And when I tell you it was the easiest position I had ever had in my life. I kid you. I was like, and I'm used to working customer service, like hard on the phone. That was I love talking to people. Obviously, I love talking, but that was the easiest position I had ever had because
Mm-hmm.
all I had to do was be myself, respect them, make sure they were good, cared about their feelings. I got real with them. I got real with them. I did everything that I normally do, just in a different position, and those people respected me so much. I had no issues.
Mm.
None. But yeah, I get real with them. I had a girl, she was had bladder infection, so she was out a lot. I
Mm.
came to her desk and she had them cokes. I leaned down in her ear. I said, and you better not ever call in sick again. And she was like, because she had Coca-Colas on her desk. But she had just came back from the week before with a bladder infection.
And she's putting the wrong stuff in her body.
And so I told her, don't you, I said, and you better not call in sick again. She was like, I got real with them too. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, listen. Listen, great show. I think the last conversation with the seasonal things and the what you call all this was really, really
Mhm.
extra good. So it always, always comes out to be a great show every single time. Thank you, Lord, for being with us every time. But
Sienna Dennis said, I watched The Sound of Music. I've watched this movie at least 1,000 times.
I seen
She said,
Sienna put Sound of Music on here, but I didn't see the other part of the comment. Oh, I closed my
well, she,
thing, Lord.
but it's cool. Yeah, Sound of Music. You know what? I've never watched The Sound of Music in its entirety,
Really?
like all the way through. I've always watched snippets of it.
I haven't either.
Um,
I haven't
but
either. So, but I
yeah,
love musicals. I love. I will watch Dreamgirls over. I will watch
Sparkle.
Hairspray over and over. I will watch the Greatest Showman is one of
Hmm.
movies I'll watch over and over, along with Jingle Jangle. I think the editing with The Greatest Showman. I think that editing brings me back because those transitions are some those transitions they just get me.
I
So it's
got one more
already a
Christmas
good
movie.
movie. But that's what, like, when I was talking about how why we watch certain films over and over and
Hmm.
over. Like The Greatest Showman like I said, I'll watch it over anyway. But the transitions and the editing brings me back even more.
I got one more Christmas movie.
Go ahead.
Beat Street.
Oh,
Beat Street is a Christmas movie. I don't care what you tell me. It was in the wintertime. There's even the jingle jangle part. Every time I hear that, I remember Kumo D and them going, jingle, jangle. And so Beat Street is a Christmas movie. I
B
don't
Street,
care what you say. Go watch it if you don't believe me. It happens in the wintertime in New York
B
City.
Street. Yeah, Tony, they say that's the reason I'm able to complete so many projects I do. I have actors always ready to film like a family. And the actors tell other actors that you reach out to and cast. So, yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, people, when they see your number, and that's why I don't call people until it's really, really close to time, because I'm telling
Mhm.
you, I want people to, when they see my phone, when I see Tammy's number pop up on the screen, as much as I love Tammy and she's in my life, my producer here, she's in my life for more than just filming. But every time I see Tammy, what's up, Tammy? I know she working on something. She got something, and I get excited when I see her number. And I want my number to be like that on people's phone.
Mm.
When they see
Yeah.
TK, I mean, I had somebody reach out to me. Literally, I told them I was going to hire them as the boom operator. They reached out to me like a few weeks ago. They said, TK, I was just reaching out to you because my equipment. They were talking to me about their equipment, and it just
Mhm.
made me feel so good because these people. That's when you know people believe in you. When people believe in you, I mean, they'll just be like, literally, the other night, two people were reading my script at the same time. I haven't talked to them because we're shooting in February, and I'm closing the funding out this week.
Mhm.
So everybody's waiting, but I literally had two people reach out to me on the same night last week. They were both reading the script. I was like, and then I was just, what are the odds? You know what I mean? I kind of feel like God is like, He's just dropping
Moving
all those
for it.
hints.
Yeah.
They were reading the script the same exact time. I was like,
There y'all go.
one person
See?
put a whole post on Facebook about the script, telling me she was learning her lines and everything. I was just like, these people are like, TK said it, and it's gonna be done, and I appreciate that. That's how they see me. So anyway,
There you go. I gotta see this. Gotta do behind the scenes.
oh
Gotta do
yeah,
behind the scenes. We
I
gotta
do have to
show
be,
some behind the
yes,
scene clips on set and everything. We need to do that. That would be
yes, I have
fun.
all of that. So yeah, next year, y'all, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm telling you, I am gonna be in pre-production with something probably all year. So y'all gonna be like, what TK working on? That's our new thing for next year. Remember, we got a saying for next year for every show, for every month. It's gonna be the same one.
Mhm.
Remember? You don't remember?
I'm trying to remember right now.
That's okay. I tell you. When I tell you, you'll
Go
remember.
ahead.
You'll remember. It's gonna be embedded in your head when I tell you because we are talking about this. But anyway, so we're gonna do a lot of we're gonna do a lot of production talk next year, guys. We'll do some
Yeah.
fun stuff, and we have to make sure we keep it balanced. But because I know I'm going to be in, and I still want to be, still want to jump in on the show when I'm not filming. And
Hmm.
so, which we only
And
film
then
like a
again,
couple.
the hard part is because we are all starting to do
Oh,
something, and so I told TK, I said my biggest issue is not having other hosts
yes,
because we gonna be working, and when you working, you busy. And we want to make sure though that we're still constantly coming on and we're doing what we're doing because this show was created to help everybody at every stage. And what we learn, what we gain as we take our
yes,
journey, shameless plug for Mrs. Melvin, a journey to a better you, as we take a journey to be better filmmakers as well. But in our journey, we want to make sure we share those things because we have a planner coming out for you guys. Um, I'm shooting for January for the planner to be released.
I
That
need
way,
it
we get it.
now.
TK, I had to get TK a early copy. She's
I
been
need
getting
it
on me,
now so I can
but
get
I
all these
wanted to make sure it's
papers.
right and has
I
things
got-
in it to help you plan along the way,
yes,
pretty much at every stage, all the way into
yes,
distribution, because those are the things you need to consider from day one to the end. It's
yep,
not going to have every single thing in, but as we progress, there'll be different versions of the books or other added layers. So I don't know what that is. So let
oh,
me.
on location, a laptop to share that set with your
Oh,
cast.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, there'll be cameras and
Yeah,
stuff
now,
around,
yeah.
and, and people filming behind the
If I'm
scenes
on
stuff.
set, yeah, we
Yeah,
talking about behind the scenes. If I'm on set, as many sets as I've been on, we ain't. I can't even put that in the
yeah,
schedule.
yeah. You ain't gonna be on
Yeah, I
set
would
with
love to. I'm
one set.
glad you're able to do. You have that time tone day on your set, but baby, the way these sets be running,
I'm
shoot,
focused. I'm
we
focused.
trying to
I'm
get
not.
out and get home.
I
We
remember.
trying to get out and get done. Like next shot, you up. Next shot, you up. Y'all ready? Let's go. Roll.
Yeah, it
Makeup. You
took
got a
a
makeup wardrobe. Let's go. You got 2 minutes. Let's go.
when we were doing a web series, it took us a lot to try to figure out when to go on Facebook because we were like, hey, we need to shoot this. We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
but
Clapboard. Come on, clapboard. Sound you up. You ready? Sound is ready. Let's
uh,
go. What are we
but
waiting on? Oh, sorry. I'm getting my practice in.
so we enjoyed hanging out with you guys today. We hope we shared a lot of information and provided you some good insight material. Remember that it's all about how you set up the scenes. You can shoot anything, any time of the year, any time of the day. This is how you plan to put it together to make it make sense to your audience and sell it. That really is because you guys sell the emotion, the setting. We always have to sell the setting. Think of a sci-fi movie. Go look at any Star Wars, Marvel, and they all shot with green screen backgrounds. They have to sell the location as if it's real, the setting. So that's all we're doing. That's why you get the actors you get. They can sell it because of how
Yes.
they act on set and how they portray the character on set and the moment. All right. So really like to thank each and every one of you guys for hanging out with us. TK, do you have a 60-second gem that you would like to drop?
I dropped
She
so
gave me
many
that
gems.
look.
I've dropped so many gems.
All
I'm
right,
I'm
she
out.
dropped the her gems were treat people right on your set. Think about your crew, your cast, and make sure they feel good on set because they're going to give you the best they got because you're giving them the best you got.
Thank you,
Is
Michael,
it a
for
good summary?
recapping my
Is it?
gem. You did
Thank
a
you, my
great
sister.
job.
And mine is, hey, going into the new year, this year we've always been about be strategic, intentional, and authentic. That was our saying. It still kind of is because I think authenticity is very important and it lets people know who you are.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Michelle. We are glad that you are always joining us. We got to get you back up on here too, by the
Yes,
way, to talk about
absolutely.
the Detroit Black Film Festival and all that you guys are doing. So you and I and TK, we need to talk and plan this out.
Yes. Tone,
Because
Sienna, Sierra, Erica, my friend Erica tapped in. Thank you for tapping in. Jaden, I
yeah,
can't see who else is on here because they're on different.
platforms.
Yvette,
We got you. Yeah, we got you guys
Alicia.
on from YouTube to the different Facebook
Yes.
platforms. We like, if you are following me on my own personal Facebook page, the Michael Melvin page, give me some stars, support it so Facebook can kick out a check. Make them pay us, guys. We need to keep it
So you
going
don't
for
get
us.
the money automatically?
Nah, they got so many those stars. They got to post stars and make comments and stuff. So share
I know, but
comments,
I'm
post
saying
some
they don't.
stars,
We
and
got to
then
talk about it.
yeah, we'll
I'm gonna
talk
change
about it.
mine. I'm gonna
They'll
change
send
mine
out a
over
check later.
today. Yeah,
But
change mine over today to content creator too.
time to get real focused. And when I say real, I'm talking about REEL. See, real
Come on,
focused. Time to get real focused. So
yes.
let's make that happen. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And we got to hit it like, hey, thank you for joining us here at the Black Filmmakers Lounge. I'm your host, Michael Melvin, my co-host, Tamara TK Henderson, as we do what it is that we do all the time. Remember that the Black Filmmakers Lounge is that place that we are building our community so that we can succeed in our own space together. So let's make sure. If you don't know about the Black Filmmakers Lounge, I'll remind you one more time. The Black Filmmakers Lounge is a place where independent filmmakers, whether novices or professionals, can come together to gain insight, perspective through education, information, networking, and to discuss industry best practices that will advance the Black independent film community. So keep that in your mind and the forefront. If you join the Black Filmmakers community here on Facebook, network. I see a lot of promoting. Doesn't always go well. I don't sell sand to the beach. It already has it. All right. Love you guys. Have fun. Be safe and enjoy your weekend. Go film something. Go make something happen. And we out. Like, subscribe, share. Peace.
Share. Like, subscribe, share.
What?
Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share.
We love y'all.